Good morning and welcome to P&V Sports Show. I'm Abel Sunday. It's no longer news that Liverpool emerged EPL champion yesterday, and meanwhile Barcelona on Saturday emerged champion of Copa del Rey. To unpack this morning, we have Walter Odige, a sport analyst from Lagos. He will come and analyze everything that unfold this weekend. So just grab your teacup because P&V Sport start now. Welcome back. It's still P&B Sport, and I'm here with Walter Odige. Walter, good morning, and how is Lagos this morning?
Good morning, Mr. Abel. Lagos is very warm this morning.
Walter, the way you are just speaking very calmly. You be like who they don't get send like 200 billion to your account to, because the way you talk now, you talk like who get 2 billion.
I'm having a bit of flu.
Sorry about that. I think it's the weather.
Yeah, it's the weather actually.
Or you be celebrating yesterday. You are not a Liverpool fan.
I'm not. Why would I celebrate my enemy's victory?
But they say the enemy of your enemy is your friend, isn't it?
Liverpool can never be my friend.
Liverpool is your friend now because they were able to do it over Man City. Man City is your noisy neighbor, and you don't want them to fall at all points. And for Liverpool to take the title off their hand this time, I think they should be your friend.
They are not, because now they are rival. They are my rival now. We are on 2020.
Okay, let's dive into the conversation, Walter. Yesterday, Liverpool emerged Premier League champion with 4 games to spare, and in Slot's first season Liverpool, and already he's doing exploit. What do you have to say about that?
It's a remarkable achievement. First off, it's unbelievable what Slot has achieved at Liverpool in his first season. People want to just try to lay it down, water it down by saying he inherited a very good squad from Jurgen Klopp and all of that. The squad is this, the squad is that, blah blah blah. I don't buy that. I don't agree with that. You know why I don't? Because this same squad that you guys are saying he inherited from Slot, they finished third in the up 2 seasons ago. You said they finished from the club. They finished third 2 seasons ago, and they finished fourth last season. They've not been the best Liverpool side. They've been struggling, and we.
Are you there, Mr. Walter? I think the network has taken water. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, Walter will be right here and we'll continue the show. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. We have a Walter back online. Walter, can go ahead.
So, as I was trying to say before the network issues, so he inherited the squad that finished third and fourth. So they were not they were not the best team on the land or the biggest team on the land. So what he has been able to achieve since he came in is, if remarkably he didn't sign a single player last summer. The only player he signed is Federico Chiesa from Juventus, who has not really, we cannot say he has contributed anything to this their title success. He's been able to come in with the squad he's got and try to bring the best out of them, and that is remarkable because I don't think we've ever seen something like this in the history of the Premier League before. The manager just come in and doing amazingly well and all of that. So yeah, for me, it's not something I envisioned. It's not something I saw coming, but it just shows you how good the coach is, the manager is, and his slot. It just shows you how yeah, he's been able to improve these players. We've seen the best version of Mo Salah, not just the best version of Mo Salah, one of the greatest individual performances in the Premier League history. We've seen Van Dijk, back to his brilliant best. We've seen their midfield become engine. Midfield of McAllister, what's this guy's name now? Their midfield trio, McAllister, Gravenberch, and this other guy. So they've been able to do something that we didn't envision, something that, if you are told many people at the beginning of the season, who are your favorites for the Premier League, they will tell you Manchester City or Arsenal. But Ancelotti has come in and he has done amazingly well. So congratulations to Liverpool. It's well deserved. They deserve it. And it's a remarkable achievement. 20th league title, same as Manchester United. So now let's see who gets to 21 first.
Okay, what are arguably last season, I be rather this season, they dominated larger part of it, and many will argue that it's because other teams did not step up. If not, had they been they were able to step up, I don't think Liverpool would have gotten it so easy the way they got it. So what do you think? Do you think it's because other teams really did not step up? The likes of Manchester City and also Arsenal that was on their toe, their throat. I think so for a couple of for some part of the season. Do you think it's because those who did not really step up to live up to the expectation? That is the reason why they could make it this easy for them, winning the title even with 4 games to spare.
First of all, I don't buy that. I don't buy if other teams they won the title because other teams were not serious. I am not a fan of that because it's football. They all started the season together. They all had the same amount of time for the season. So if other team is slacking behind, it's none of Liverpool's business. And besides, that is why it's called a league. It's a league of 38 games. So every team is supposed to have their period, to fall off, to slack behind, and to show form of tiredness and all of that. But overall, Liverpool they've been match champions, and I think it's a good. It's not like the statement is not here, but I'm not going to. I think it's quite in the regard of trying to discredit them. I've seen it all over social media. Liverpool won the league. This. No. I think Arsenal. If Arsenal, for example, let me make a case for Arsenal. You can't say Arsenal had a bad season. I think Arsenal lost just 4 games this season, so they actually had a very good season. Liverpool just toppled them. Liverpool just had a very remarkable season, and maybe Manchester City. If Manchester City was Manchester City, maybe, but it's part of football. Manchester City cannot be Manchester City every time. So it's what it is, and it's a well-deserved league victory. I don't want to even. It's a well-deserved because it was like from start to finish. They didn't take their leg off the paddle, so it was from start to finish, and it was great to behold. You see them, not just the way that they won the league, it's the way they won the league. They dispatched teams. I think yesterday's performance against Tottenham perfectly sums up how good that team has been. The way they just sent them to the bush and all of that. So yeah, it's a deserved victory for me.
Okay, what about what will you say about Aguero surpassing Aguero? Sorry, Mohamed Salah. What will you say about Mohamed Salah surpassing Aguero for the best foreigner highest goal? I think goals for foreigner in the English Premier League. I think Mohamed Salah, like you rightly said, was really remarkable. Him getting close. I think he's in 5th now in all time in the list for foreigner in EPL. Well, I want you to share more light on that.
Um, Mohamed Salah this season is the best individual season we've seen from a Premier League footballer. Like I said, me personally said I started watching the Premier League in 2003, and to date, this is like the best individual performance. He's not just going to be the top goal scorer; he's also going to be the top assist provider. But let's now talk about what you just asked. I think surpassing Aguero in the top goal scorer list in Premier League history is astonishing, because the Aguero I can remember in my head was one of the best finishers in the Premier League. He was so clinical, he was so good. Aguero, like, this was probably one of those players we saw and we were like, wow, what a player! Like, this guy is the best finisher. Some people would call him the best finisher they've seen in the Premier League. Yes, and rightly so, because Aguero was really that good. But for Mo Salah, who is a right winger, who's not a striker, and who's not, you can't say he has played many seasons. This is just his 10th, no, sorry, his 8th season at Liverpool. And for him to, be able to surpass such a phenomenal player in Aguero, such an extraordinary finisher in Aguero, I think that's a huge, huge, huge achievement for Mo Salah. It's an achievement that for the ages, I think that is world class. He's proven himself this season. He has proven himself before this season, but what he has done this season is amazing, and kudos to him for achieving that feat, man. It's not easy because Aguero is such a good player, and I am sure by the time Salah is done, because he has signed a 2 year contract extension, I'm sure at the end of that 2 years he will surpass many more great players on that list.
Yeah, okay. You said it all. Then talking about Arsenal, of course, definitely they are going to finish second again. This is the third time, I think, if I'm not mistaken, that they will finish second in a row. And they are in the Champions League. You said Arsenal also have a very good one. I think I want to agree with you, because them dispatching Real Madrid, I don't think is a child's play at all. And then being in the semi-finals of the Champions League, it means that, of course, even if they did not take the domestic league, but do you really see Arsenal picking the Champions League?
Yeah, first off, I thought the Premier League, this was supposed to be Arsenal's season, to be honest. This was supposed to be Arsenal's season. I don't see how they didn't. I can't see how they didn't win the league this season. I think they were terrible. They didn't cover themselves in glory, because they finished second back to back in the previous 2 seasons. So we're saying they are competing against an extraordinary Manchester City team. So the season that Manchester City decided to tail off and reduce their strength and their levels, Arsenal could not win the league, and that's a worry sign for me, because they ought to have won the league this season. This was supposed to be their season. So finishing second is never a bad thing. But third consecutive second is actually questionable. But I think every Arsenal fan, if you ask all the whole Arsenal fans in the world at the beginning of the season, the Premier League or the Champions League, they would have told you the Champions League definitely. That is one title they've never won. That is one title that the other fan base from other clubs used to mock them. That's one title they wish they had. So I think if Arsenal can manage to pull off the Champions League win, don't worry, that would be the biggest achievement of every Arsenal's fan life. Like, they will never forget that experience, because they prayed for it, they wanted it so bad, and if they can achieve that, that would be great. Now, to your question, do I think they can win it? Absolutely yes, I think they can. I think PSG is not the greatest club in the world. They do give them issues, yeah, but I don't see PSG being a team that we can say, oh, Arsenal cannot break this PSG team down. We saw what they did to Madrid. So yeah, you have to be on your A game against this Arsenal side, especially when they are in the mood and are ready to play. So I think they can get away past PSG. Therefore, Inter or Barcelona, I think Arsenal can beat any of the 2 teams on their day. But they are not my favorite to win it. But I really, really do believe they can win it if they are serious and if they are lucky with injuries and all of that.
Okay, we'll be talking to Walter Odige, sport analyst from Lagos. We'll be going for a short break, and when we return, we'll go over to Spain and discuss what transpired in the Copa del Rey finals. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Welcome back. It's still P&B Sports Show this morning, and I'm still very much with Walter Odige. Walter, let's move over to Spain. And you saw what transpired on Saturday when we have Barcelona going head to head again with Real Madrid. And I think that is another El Clasico in the Copa del Rey final. But one would think that Barcelona should win that, but it's quite unfortunate. Bayern Munich came. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Barcelona came, scored the first goal, and Mbappe equalized the goal. And again, Real Madrid on the I think 80th or 70 something minutes, 74th minute, they took the lead. It was 2-1. 84th minute, Barcelona came back. Extra time, they won it. What? I don't know. Do you think this is the end of Ancelotti?
Sorry, I didn't get the final question.
I said, do you think this is the end of Ancelotti for him?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
I don't think there's any way back from this. First off, I don't think they can win. I don't think they can win the La Liga. I really don't see them winning La Liga this season. That's one. Secondly, I think we've seen it. We've watched this team all year. This has not been the greatest Madrid team. I think the signing of Mbappe complicated matters for Carlo Ancelotti, and it has not helped him. Although Mbappe will say he has had a brilliant or a very good individual season, but him coming to Real Madrid destabilized the team, because first of all, it gives the manager a headache. Where do I play him? Where is his best position? Is he a 9? Is he a winger? We all know Mbappe likes to play off the left wing. But yeah, Vinicius is there this season, so he has to play as a 9. Did he adapt? No. For example, against Arsenal, they needed a physical central forward. They needed a presence. They needed an actual 9 in the box. And they didn't have that, and it affected them in both games. So I can give you 10 reasons why Ancelotti, failed to achieve his height, or failed to make Madrid a great team this season. But I can tell you for a fact that if he does leave, which I think he will, he might even leave before the end of the season. That's the news that is coming out of Spain. That he might leave this weekend or next week. I don't know. So yeah, if he does indeed leave, he will be leaving as a legend. He will be leaving as one of the greatest ever manager we've seen in football. Someone who's won the league title in Italy, France, Spain, Germany, and England. He's won it all. He's won 5 Champions League. The only manager with 5 Champions League titles. So what he's been able to achieve in his career is extraordinary. But I just think this season it has not been him, because even apart from the players now, apart from the injuries Madrid has suffered, I think his tactical decision, his choices of formation at times has been questionable. So he's not covered himself in glory, like we saw on Saturday, the Copa del Rey final. Good game, by the way. And I think if not for Courtois' mistake for the Barca second goal, I think Real Madrid could have won that. But mistake is part of football, and it was a good fight. It was a good performance for Madrid compared to the last 2 times they've played Barca this season. It was horrible, terrible. But this one, I think they should fight, and they could have won the game if not for Courtois' mistake for Barca equalizer. So, like I said, and even the last goal, even the goal that gave Barca, was also a mistake. So it happens. This is what we call football. But again, Carlo Ancelotti is who he thinks he is. He's a good manager, really good one.
What do you have to say about the red card for Rudiger? Do you think it's justifiable?
Yeah, it's justifiable, because he was threatening the ref. First of all, he got into the pitch, he was very angry. It's part of the whole antics that happen in the
But don't you think that really changed the whole game entirely?
No, it does not for me, because it was towards the end, almost the end of the game. So it didn't really change the game. It didn't really have an effect or impact on the game. But I think even without it, Barcelona would have still won the game. So it was actually just a Barcelona victory incoming. So yeah, the red card is part of it, and it was deserved. There's no question about that.
Walter, what will you have to now say about the young, talented Yami Lamar, that 17 years only he has won so many trophies. Do you think this guy will surpass Messi's record?
Yeah, I think we football fans we are really happy. We are really lucky. We are privileged because football gods have looked at us and said, you guys will miss Ronaldo and Messi. Oh. What will I do for you people? Yeah, take this boy, take, enjoy. You push should enjoy because it's such a joy to watch. I was watching the Copa del Rey final alongside two Real Madrid supporters, and they kept all game. They kept murmuring, "Omo, this Lamar they play, oh, this Lamar good, oh." These are Real Madrid supporters. Like, at this age, this boy, they were just mumbling, and I was like, wow, yeah, it's for everybody. He's not just a Barcelona player, it's for every football fan to enjoy because he's a unique talent. People said Messi 17. No, I'm sorry. I watched Messi at the age of 17, 18. I don't think he's anywhere near Lamar's level. You can compare that the players Messi had to play with then, they were actually much better than who Lamar is playing with now. But in as much as you can say that, I think what Lamar is actually doing is remarkably phenomenal. He's been absolutely a delight to watch, an absolute joy to watch, and I've been a huge fan of him this season. And I think for me, he's one of the reasons Barcelona are flying on all cylinders this season.
Okay, Walter, Hansi Flick, that is the Barcelona coach. Do you think he's going to do the treble again? Because it's only Pep Guardiola that have done treble two occasions with Barcelona and also Man City. And but Hansi Flick have done that with Bayern Munich. When he was an interim manager with Bayern Munich, then he won the Champions League, he won the DFP Pokal, he won the Bundesliga as well. So do you think history will still repeat himself?
I I I won't. I don't think it will happen. I think they will win La Liga, but I don't think they will win the Champions League. But guess what? I won't put my money against it happening because these are a talented bunch of young players, and I think they can achieve anything. I really think anything is possible for this Barcelona team because they've shown all season a level of consistency, a level of they are at a very high level. I think they'll get past Inter Milan. I just fear for them against PSG or Arsenal. Maybe because I think they are still young and I don't know how they will cope with playing the final that is not against Real Madrid. So yeah, to be honest with you, it's not far from them. It's not what they cannot achieve. It's not far from their reach. But I just do think uh, they will just come short. They will definitely win La Liga, but the Champions League, I don't see them winning the Champions League. But I'm not going to put my money against them winning the Champions League. So we'll just have to wait till the end of the season. But if Hansi Flick manages to do that, that would be an remarkable achievement because you just said the only manager who has done it before is Pep Guardiola, and you can see how long it took him, how many years it took him, how difficult it took him. But this is, I think, Hansi Flick's second attempt because after that Bayern Munich experience, he left um, the club football and he went to Germany national team.
Yeah.
So this is just his second attempt at doing it. It took Guardiola about 10 attempts to finally achieve it, but this is Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick second attempt, and what a remarkable achievement that would be if he can manage to pull that off.
As we wrap up, Walter, what about, do you fear for Real Madrid? Because I think they are going to go home or they are going to end the season without a trophy.
I don't fear for them. They will come back stronger. I think I think everyone within the club has accepted now that okay, this season was not meant to be. It was not one of our best season, and we didn't cover ourselves in glory. And it's what it is. They are not they've not just been up to it this season, and yeah, it's what it is. And for me, there's nothing to be worried about or to be scared about. They have good players. Trust me, they have really good players. Really good players, and we just have to hope that whoever is going to take over from Ancelotti, we will be someone who can handle the match, to take the batting and start running with them, and somebody that will be able to use these players and bring out the best of them, because that is also very, very important. I think Madrid don't have any cause of concern. They won it all last year, so if they didn't win this year, we can excuse them and hope they do again all past season. I think they will come back stronger next season. They have, like I always say, they have good players. So now it's just a manager that can bring out the best, the way Barcelona has Barcelona has a manager that has brought out the best out of them. So that's what they just need now, and they will be fine next season. Trust me, Real Madrid will be very, very okay next season.
I know you will not forgive me if I didn't say this. As we just end with this, you are a Manchester United fan, and rumor broke out. Rumor broke out in the weekend that Osimhen has agreed contract in principle, that personal terms with the Manchester United. Do you see that coming? Do you think that will materialize? Do you think it's going to come to pass?
I don't think it will materialize, to be honest, because I see Manchester United, apart from being a terrible club on the pitch, off the pitch they are also terrible, and they are not people that get things done. They are not people that you can rely on to make smart decisions in the transfer market. I don't see them signing Osimhen. I see them going to sign another 22 years old striker who's not good enough, like they've always done. So yeah, I was not excited when I saw the rumor, because I know it's rumor.
But do you think Osimhen in this present team will make a difference? Do you think
in this present team?
Yes.
No, there's no much difference he can make. But if the team was to be reshaped in the summer, maybe you bring in more wingers, more midfielders. Yes, I think Man United are just 4 players away, 4 really good players away, including all attacking options, because we look so soft and so weak attacking wise. Our players are not scary. Our players are not players that you will make defenders on their toes. So I think not just Osimhen, for example, if they can get in Osimhen, get in Cunha, get in Bemo from Brentford, I think those front 3 plus Eriksen plus Bruno and Ederson, or Bruno, I think that's a really good squad, and I think that will make a whole lot of difference. But this current team just brings Osimhen. He will have issues, although he will do better than our current strikers, but he will have issues.
You guys had to dig deep yesterday before you could get a draw with Bournemouth.
Yes, we had to dig deep. But right now Premier League is pre-season to us. We're using it to keep fit.
Yeah, experimenting.
Yes.
Okay, sport analyst Walter Odige, I want to thank you very much indeed for giving us your time to analyze sport for us this morning. Thank you so much, Mr. Walter.
Yeah, thank you. Pleasure is mine.
That's the start of our show this morning. I'm Eva Sunday from me and the entire team right here in Abuja. I say goodbye.